Whilst Football Manager 26 is vastly different from any of the previous iterations of Football Manager, there are a number of changes that you could be taking advantage of to make your game more enjoyable and to make your team much more successful. And a number of these I've not seen mentioned anywhere else, mostly because we're all moaning about the UI, but we'll get to that. In this video, I will walk you through 5 of my most useful tips for FM26 that covers everything from the UI to tactical to management. First up comes a tip that came out in one of the comments in my previous video actually around transfer budgets. Whilst that video shows you exactly what you get for starting budgets at the start of the game, you can get extra money by selling buyout fees for installment packages. Essentially, you're getting a little less money now as opposed to getting more money over a long period of time. So you can get tons of transfer budget right away to start spending on players. So you go to recruitment and clauses, and then here you can see for Wan-Bissaka, he's got a 5.75 million buyout clause. So rather than getting 8 million over a year, you're getting 5.75 million now. Garnacho, you can get an extra 27 million out of straight up front. I think with Manchester United, you can get about 50 million out of them. But this works with any team at any level if they've sold somebody in installments at any point, and they still are recouping those installments. You can get that money up front now. And with that, you can have fun buying more players straight away. I use this in my stream game to get an extra 90 million up front from Liverpool for Isaac. Lots of this UI includes lots of extra clicking. You can save yourself tons of clicks by making sure when you try and navigate anywhere that there isn't a bookmark for the specific page that you want, and you can't just pin it to your start screen. Anytime I want to go anywhere, I want to make sure by going to the bookmarks and having a look down here that I've not got a bookmark for that page already, and that I'm training my brain to click the tiny little icons that occupy a tiny part of the screen. Until modders get their hands on this UI, this is the best we can do with it. And you're going to be training your brain in new patterns anyway, so make sure you're using the bookmarks. It'll save you hours over the course of a season, over the course of the game. You'll save tons of your life with fewer clicks using the bookmarks. Right, more fun stuff. You're losing games. You're losing games and you want to shore things up a little bit. If you find that you're conceding too many goals, Football Manager 26 is different. Dropping deep works. You can get men behind the ball and you can stop goals from occurring. Dribbling currently seems a bit overpowered. Yes, wingers can take on fullbacks and diddle them a good couple of times. But in the time it takes for that dribbling to happen, you can get your men running back into the box to block all possible shooting and passing avenues. I'm not going too deep into tactical stuff just now. Subscribe, tactical stuff is coming. However, check out this out of possession tactic. Just pay attention to the back 8. So this should work for most attacking systems that you've got going. We've got a standard back 4, fullbacks, centre-backs. 2 screening defensive midfielders will drop back and cut any passing channels out. And 2 tracking wide midfielders will cover your fullbacks' asses whilst they're getting dribbled past by the tricky wingers. I held out Man City by doing this. Arsenal 2 and PSG. It doesn't always look that great in terms of XG. Because your players are putting in so many blocks, all those shots still count towards the XG. Our XGA, our expected goals against, is 33 goals, but actually we've only conceded 20 odd goals because we get so many bodies on the line stopping those goals. Continue to set up your attacking tactic how you like, but genuinely just try out that back 8 out of possession. Corners. Corners are different and they are difficult in FM26. There is not a straightforward answer so far for scoring corners. However, this is what I've had most success with so far. The ball is going into the near post. We've got 2 people, our best headers of the ball, attacking the near post, 1 attacking the far post, and then we are ringing the outside of the box. People lurking outside the area, and somebody coming short just to lure somebody out from the box as well. So, you can see, we've got somebody coming short here. We've got 3 people ringing it outside the box, hopefully. Sometimes this draws 1 or 2 players out of the box. We've got 2 people attacking the near post, 1 attacking the far post, and here I've actually got somebody on the goalkeeper as well. So what happens is it lures somebody out here, it lures a second player out here, and it gives Big Dan Burn the best opportunity he can to attack this. And bang it in. Another example here, similar setup. This guy's supposed to be coming short. 2 people attacking the near post, 1 at the far. I'm playing around with the guy that's supposed to mark the keeper. I'm not entirely sure whether I want somebody in the middle or somebody away from the keeper. Still being optimised. People ringing around the outside to get that near post attacked. Boom. Not even a great corner, but he still scores it. I also get a number of highlights and I think a couple of goals from just the ball being recycled and landing on that ring of 3 people outside the box, which I think currently is the best I can do with FM26, but we'll test out more tactics in future videos. Finally, FM26 adds true individual player width control, allowing you to dictate how narrow or wide each individual player is within your tactic, independent of the role or the template. This gives you even more control over the shape of your tactic. This is a big favourite of mine currently with wide forward Anthony Gordon, who, although he's a wide forward, is set to sit narrower, so you can still have overlapping of a wide forward. As you can see here, I can have my wide forward being flanked by a wing-back and overlapped by a wing-back, whilst also having an advanced midfielder inside him to create mega overlap on one side of the pitch. I have some success with the inside forward on the other side, however, my number 1 tip is a narrow wide forward. After really struggling with Gordon in the first 10 matches of the season where I played him out left, once I switched him to play on the right, but as this narrow wide forward, I started getting loads of goals and assists out of him all of a sudden. These performances were much better. So try it out and let me know how you get on in the comments below. I'm also in the middle of building up the test league that I had last year, so looking forward to testing out lots of funky tactics and settings in the new FM26. So subscribe if you want to see what's going to come. Enjoy your Football Manager 26, guys. I'll catch you in a bit.